Welcome back to my Lemmings reunion level solving commentary video series. And today we are going to be finishing off the I'm Too Young to Die rank. So we are starting off with I'm Too Young to Die 21, the Saviors. Very nice level here. Definitely one of my favorites. Okay, extremely limited skill set as you can see. So here, with the first lemming going to the right, I have him dig. And the trick here is this. So I max out the release rate so as to get everyone inside the digger pit before it gets too deep and lemmings falling from above will splat. Yeah, and the trick here is this. So while the digger tunnel is going, we have other lemmings do the bashing instead, in both directions. Okay, this will slowly release each crowd on the sides. And then again, they will all fall into the digger pit. And fortunately, it'll be still high enough so that no one will splat. And then we do the same thing here again. Okay, pick another lemming from inside the digger tunnel and have them bash to release these two crowds. Alrighty? Now all that's left is that we have two builders. They should be pretty obvious where they go. Okay, first builder goes here, because this will simply turn them around. And then the last one should be quite obvious. Yeah, build to get to the exit, and that's it. Very, very nice level. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. Alrighty, I'm Too Young to Die 22. Bubbles and Builders. So, very, very similar to the builder tutorial level that was earlier in the rank. As a matter of fact, I believe Icho said that he originally wanted this to be the builder tutorial level, but he felt it was too difficult to be a tutorial. And so, that's why the level was later on in the rank. And instead, the one in the city tile set ended up being the builder tutorial level instead. So here, basically, we had to max out the release rate and have everybody contained inside this pit while we send out one lemming up ahead to do all the work. In the meantime, I simply started a builder bridge in the pit here so that we can easily build them out later. Don't really have to since there is directional select here and that you can just simply hold down either the left or the right arrow key and the game will only select lemmings going in that particular direction to do a task. Okay, so it's just a matter of just building with this worker lemming that we have. Okay, and then one final builder over the sucker trap here. Alrighty, now all that's left to do is to build the crowd out. Okay, and with this ended up taking 12 builders in total. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Okay, very easy as long as you know what you're doing. I'm Too Young to Die 23. Oh, you wanted some of these? Yeah, I do. More lemmings, that is. Alright, 5 of everything level here, except we don't have blockers. So, this level is pretty much one of those levels where you just have to keep the crowd moving. You can temporarily contain them, to give the lead lemming enough time, but it's not all about permanently holding back the crowd until the path is ready. So, first lemming we send up as a floater, while the next lemming behind him will dig. Okay, and this is done in such a way so that no other lemmings will slip out. And here we have to max out the release rate. Yeah, before the digger pit gets too high. Or rather, gets too low. Yeah, build over this pit gap, of course. Yeah, we'll take 2 builders. Alrighty, bash on through here. And then at this time, the digger pit is getting quite low, so I have them mine. I have the digger mine. Okay, so as you can see, this releases the crowd, and they will move towards the worker lemming. But fortunately, he is up ahead far enough so that he can yeah, stop the crowd before they slip into danger. And at this time, I have the lead lemming dig, again creating another temporary digger pit. Okay, and then give him a floater, and then finally build to get to the exit. And so, yep. Now that I'm looking back at this, technically it is not true that you have to keep the crowd moving here, because as you can see, I had 2 builders left, and so technically we could have just simply made one temporary holding pit by just simply having the digger use a builder to stop. So no, you don't necessarily have to keep the crowd moving here, but that's exactly what I did here. It's especially good training for later levels anyway, where you don't really have the option of permanently holding back the crowd, at least not right away. Or sometimes it's not even possible at all. So definitely good training for those levels when they come. I'm too young to die 24. No knight shall die. Okay, another level in the medieval tile set, as you can see. And here, 10 of everything. So, again, it sure doesn't care how you solve this, just get to the exit in any way you can. Okay, so here I send out a climber. Okay, build across the gap, of course. And then at this time I send out another climber. Okay, I simply have the first one turn around and give him a floater so that he survives the fall. Okay, with the other climber, I have him go on ahead by bashing through. And then the other climber, he's going to turn around and bash out the crowd. And then the other climber, he's going to mine down. And then I believe here I just simply stop him short. No, I don't. But like shortly after he finishes bashing through, I make him block so that as to hold back the crowd. Alrighty, and then once the miner's low enough, then I have him bash. And then build across the gap. Okay, it takes 2 builders. Okay, and then here I build to reach this hanging platform up here. And then I bash on through. Okay, and then once he's over land again, I have him mine. And then here, I mine the blocker free, and then I bash to cancel him. Okay, and that is it. Alrighty, I'm too young to die 25. Good sportsmanship. Okay, we have a time limit of 3 minutes here. I believe this is the very first level in the pack that has a time limit. Okay, this one I remember being a difficult one when I first played this on Lemmini. So we have a 99 release rate here. Okay, and with the very last lemming in the crowd, I have him bash to the left. Everyone else will take a detour. Okay, the lead lemming, he's going to build across the gap, of course. So it's pretty much all. Now this is the lower where you have to basically keep the crowd moving. Okay, so as you can see, the crowd is coming to where the lead lemming is. So here I have him dig and then mine. Basically to have him keep moving ahead of the crowd here. Okay, build across this tiny gap. Bash to cancel him. Because if we allow him to build the full bridge, then the crowd will just simply catch up. And we can't allow that. Okay, mind you, the racket here. Again, we still want him to be ahead of the crowd here. Okay, build over this tiny gap. Okay, so it would appear then... actually, no. It's pretty much keep the crowd moving. And then with a lemming from here, bash. And then that's pretty much it already. because that's basically the part where you can finally let the crowd overtake the lead lemming. Alrighty, I'm too young to die 26. Tomb of Ramses 2. Okay, pretty wide level here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 entrances. So it looks intimidating, but it's really not that difficult, especially since this is an X of everything though, where you have 20 of everything. Okay, and you're allowed to lose up to 25 here. Okay, so first lemming here, I have him build across this gap. Same thing here, build across the gap. Okay, build across the gap here. Okay, dig down here. Okay, build across this gap. Okay, he becomes a floater so that he can land down here safely. Okay, build across this gap. Yeah, with the next lemming up here, I have him dig. Oop. There's a lot of skill assignments there. Okay, this lemming will bash, so that we can consolidate this crowd with this crowd down here. Now what do I do? Oh yes, with the lemming that came down from up here, I have him become a climber. And then, next lemming up here will bash. Okay, this lemming down here will dig. And we're essentially going to bash all the way across the level here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this lemming here will build so that the lemmings can get over the steel here. Okay, lemming that is walking to the left here will mine. And then here I have the digger mine. And then I have him block. Okay, build across this gap and then bash through the one-way wall. Okay, something else also came in. Where? Oh, yes. So once the bashers through the last obstacle here, I have him build to stop him. Doesn't really matter though. You can just simply let him go all the way through the steel, but that takes a while. And then bash on through. Okay, so now all crowds are secure, and then I max out the release rate. So everyone will be safely contained either here, here, or here. Yeah, and then this lead lemming here, he's just gonna finish building across this water gap here. So it's gonna take another 2 builders. Alright, so here, yeah, I also dig and then bash underneath the level there. Okay, in the process, this basher will also release this crowd. Okay, and then here I have a lemming dig and then mine to release the blocker, and that's it. Again, looks very intimidating, but it's not. And I mean, it does look intimidating, but it's not that difficult at all. Mostly because you have a lot of skills anyway. And pretty much, once again, it's supposed to build up endurance for like later levels. Just trying to get you to get through wide landscapes. Alright, the next one. I'm too young to die 27. The Sega way of blocking. Alrighty, only 2 skill types here. Bashers and builders only. Okay, so I let one lemming go on ahead while the next 3 build in such a way so that they form this thick builder wall so that no one can get past it when they turn back to the left. Okay, first lemming on ahead will bash, and then behind him I will build so as to contain the crowd. Okay, I think this ended up releasing a couple. Nope, just one. Okay, so these two Lemmings will go on ahead. Okay, the second Lemming, I will simply delay him by making him bash through this, while the other one will go to the left, and of course, build across this water gap. Oh. Yeah, so at this time, I released the crowd by bashing through the staircase. Okay, the other Lemming that's coming up ahead, I delay him by making him build. Okay, bash on through. Bash on through. And then one last basher, and we are done. And here, yeah, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to save everyone, but again, I go for a 100% solution wherever possible. And again, it depends on how I'm feeling as well. If I'm in a good mood, then I will definitely go for it. I'm Too Young to Die 28. I have no idea how you say the level title here. As Military de Solitant. I think that's like French or something. I'm not sure though. Okay. Oh, as a matter of fact, I just realized I had two replays. I don't even remember which one that was. Let alone which solution I went for, but I believe both replays are valid, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, first Lemming, I have him build. And then third Lemming will help him complete the wall here. So basically complete sealing off the gap here, so as to contain the crowd here, while letting one Lemming go on ahead, and then build over the rope trap. So yes, I remember this one being a very difficult one, a very difficult level when I first played it. It's a very wide landscape, and also there were also some decoration here as well with the basically the torches from the exit. So it made you think that there were some hidden exits here, but there were not. So not only were they there to deceive the player, but also, yeah, there weren't any. Kind of makes sense, considering that otherwise the level would have been too easy. Alright, so this will take 3 builders to get across. So resources here are quite tight, so you really can't really waste anything here. Okay, mine on through. Okay, build, and then bash. Same thing here, build, and then bash. Yep, we have no more bashers, so now we have to use our other skills here. So use the digging skill, and then build. Okay, make him a climber. Okay, use our last builder for here. And it's very, very important that he turns around, because we need to mine through this, so that the crowd can follow up to the exit later. Okay, and then finally, all that's left to do is to dig through the staircase, and that's it. Okay, again, like I said, difficult level. But then again, it does make sense, considering that this is the third to final level of the rank. Alrighty, I'm Too Young to Die 29. Roof Jumpers. Not as difficult as the previous level, but still challenging enough. But definitely a nice one from what I remember. Just somewhat more annoying to execute on Lemmini due to like not knowing whether you're at the extreme edge or not to start building. Alright, one Lemmini goes on ahead and becomes a floater. Next one will block up here, so to hold back the crowd. Okay, build, and then he'll turn around. Doesn't really matter if he builds over the master trap or not. bash through the pipe. Okay, build, so as to make a platform for the crowd. And then once he turns around, dig through the staircase. So now he's through, and then he can fall down here and walk to the left. Okay, mine here. Okay, and then mine here to get underneath the trap trigger. Okay, and then once again, another platform here. Okay, dig through the staircase. Okay, bomb the blocker to release the crowd. Okay, so now they can fall down safely. And finally, all that's left to do is to bash through the wall here, and that's it. Alrighty, and the final low of the rank. I'm too young to die dirty. Disturbance in the Matrix. And as you can see here, yeah, this is pretty much a mix of all the original and the normal Lemmings tile sets, all in one. So you can see the rock, the marble, fire, rock. Oh, I already said rock. Rock, marble, fire, snow, pillar, bubble, brick, dirt, and crystal. I think that's the only one I had left. So yes, so all 9 of them mixed in one. Yeah, and it is known as the epic tile set. Alrighty, one Lemming goes on ahead, while the next 3 will build, just like I did in the second way of blocking. Okay, so again, the purpose of this is to make a build a wall, so that anybody who turns back to the left, they won't be able to get past this, and they will simply turn back to the right. Okay, first Lemming that goes on ahead will build, of course. And then he becomes a climber. And then I send out another climber. Alrighty, block here to turn the other climber. Oh, actually no, not to turn the other climber around. To bash him free, so that the climber will turn back to the left. And then dig down here. Okay, and then we're gonna mine the crowd out. Okay, the blocker will fall back down and then go into this pit here, down here. Okay, and this builder wall is thick enough so that the climber cannot get through it either. Alrighty, so everybody's going to turn around and be containing this pit down here, while the climber, the last Lemming up here, yeah, he's going to climb, and there's this little ledge up here that he's going to hoist himself up on, and then we're going to bash on through to the right. Alright, make him a floater, build, and then we need to make sure that he turns around, because we still need to bash the crowd up. Okay, and that is it. So, this level is pretty much a roadblock for pretty much everyone. Yeah, at least for those who played the level for the very first time. Yeah, because this one ended up taking me quite a while, yeah, before I figured out the solution. It's a very, very nice one, but I remember being a skill short a lot on this one. But a very, very nice low to end off the rank. And certainly worthy of the position as the final low of the rank. Alrighty, so that finishes up the I'm Too Young to Die lows. So that brings us to the next rank, which is Hey, Not Too Rough. So these lows I will cover in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video at the Lemmings Reunion level solving commentary video series, and I'll see you all for the next one.